Most SwiftUI tutorials teach one small feature at a time, but real apps need structure, persistence, authentication, cloud sync, AI handling, quiz logic, and debugging support. This is Swift Coach AI, a production-style SwiftUI app built to show how a real AI-powered iOS project fits together. You can choose learning goals, study different modes, ask all different types of questions using the AI, and it also includes coaching responses as well. The app includes save conversations, favorites, study plan items, speech, input, spoken responses, and SwiftData local persistence, so the user's learning history can be stored and retrieved locally. There is also practice quiz section where you can create any type of quiz. Okay, I just type one on the fly. How to create a class. As you can see, the AI generates multiple choice questions that you can use where you have to select the right answer. And you can also track your progress and save the quiz results. The actual results, they're stored within the Scores tab, which is here. And it shows you the actual reports. So instead of stitching together random SwiftData, Firebase and AI tutorials, you can get a complete project you can run, study and customize. If your SwiftUI views are saving SwiftData directly, your app structure is already getting messy. So in this episode, we'll implement our app repository. Within core, folder, data, we need to locate our repository folder and then create a new empty file. Name this file app repository. Then import the following. Import SwiftData and Foundation. This keeps the type lightweight and makes it suitable for previews, tests, and feature modules and future storage changes. So that's the benefit of using dependencies. We need to create our first function that will be create session. Lines 19 creates a new coaching session as a durable user-facing record. Lines 24, the save method doesn't exist as yet. We'll be creating that afterwards. Keeps the object graph coherent immediately for SwiftUI's live updates. The next function we need to create is called update message. Deferred saving is useful for streaming responses, where the same model may receive many small updates before the final text is ready to commit. I'll just copy some code from the clipboard. As you can see, what this is doing on line 55, it toggles the favorite state and records the session as recently active. The next function we need to create is called delete message. Should be delete message. Message cleanup should be defined on the model relationship delete rule, not duplicated here. That keeps the cascade behavior correct and consistent. I'll just copy some code from the clipboard again. The purpose of that code is just to update editable session metadata. I'll just copy some more code from the clipboard and then enter the following line of code on line 91, which is guard. Validation here protects the model even if another UI path forgets to validate. The next function we need to create is called fallback title. On lines 108, we apply the display constraint once at creation, so the list rendering stays simple. In the next episode, we will implement the remaining functions for our app repository.